And I got my glasses.
What you carrying lately? Got pretty much everything in here. Stay strapped. Let's go on some range later, pal. Come around.
Definitely.
That's a nice ride.
I hear you're playing Good Samaritan. How's our guy? Did he throw up in the back seat yet? Don't worry, we get those things sluiced out at the end of every shift anyway.
New Grading for Equity initiative was getting accused of being woke and for lowering the bar for students. Under the new system, students would be allowed to take tests multiple times. Lateness, effort, and class participation wouldn't be factored into the final grade. Neither would homework.
Okay.
The
So,
student
are you ready? This should be pretty easy. I've kept it simple since you all seem pretty simple.
Now hold on. Well, we gotta wait till the
Anyway,
people come in here.
try and good straight ahead.
We gotta
Though
wait
I
till the
can't
people come in
stand.
here now, bro.
Oh,
Hold
no,
on.
no,
Hold
no,
on, girl.
it's the new meds.
Stop.
Okay, armed robbery, here we go. So here it is. Keep it simple. You go in heavy, go in well armed. Some of you will do crowd control. The vault team will go downstairs, go the first vault door with the thermal charger in.
You
You
heard me say
cargo it
pause.
into the
I
network
heard.
through the second vault
That's why
door.
I was.
And then look out,
No, because you said
because
you
you'll
won't
have
get to
about
that
2
part shit.
minutes before
Oh,
stuck in town waiting for
oh,
you
yes,
outside
you
the
do.
bank.
Yes,
So
you
you
do.
make plans to get on the bike
Yes, you do,
straight
Mama.
and meet at the rendezvous point, okay? Good luck, people. Everything goes on.
Listen,
All good.
I want y'all to stop what y'all
Come on.
doing and follow my dog, Gation 305. Bitch, that's all I want to say. My dog, Gation 305 here, bitch. I love my Gation 305. But let me get back to this. So, we was having a conversation, right? Jay, you did my hair, bitch. Jay, come over here, bitch. Jay, you did my hair, bitch. We did the news this morning. Talking about the Outlaws podcast and talking about the starter house and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we got to talk. So listen. And my girl Brittany did my face, bitch. You know, I'm having the time of my life. I don't know what y'all thought. But I'm having the time of my motherfucking life here in DC right here, bitch. And listen, get y'all tickets for Fag Talk Live. Right, Mo? Yes. For Fag Talk Live at Howard Theater. We shot our first episode of Fag Talk for TV. For the TV special, we shot our first episode in Baltimore. We're shooting our second episode in DC at the Baltimore at the Howard Theater. Yep. So get y'all tickets. The link is in the bio. Get y'all tickets. Come on out. We're gonna be filming, so you're gonna be on TV. Come see the world. Mo. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mo. Well, thank you for acknowledging my pronouns. Oh, you not a world. I know. Not all. No. You got ass. No, you got ass. Now you got ass. Now listen, Mo, you got ass. We're not. I'm not. The security guard. Hold on. The security guard from the thing last night, Mo was turned around. He had his back to the. He said, "Damn, that's a thick ass dyke. Thick ass motherfucking dyke right there." Damn. Shit, Mo was standing there with the flies on her. Y'all be exaggerating. Mo had those tight ass pants on. He had those slides on, bitch. That's not true. So what I was wearing, that's true, but that's not what he said. He said, "Damn, that's a big booty ass night." So we been in here. So Mo Fank was hurt, so I gave him a Percocet, and he had a sprained his finger. So I dislocated. He stuck it to somebody's boot in the bitch was tight. That's not true. Why you be lying like that? He stuck it to somebody's boot in the boot was real tight. That's not true. And you know, so listen. So we was sitting here having Mo over here having we having some Taylor Port, right? Yes. Jake, bring me the ball. Let's see the ball. So we have some motherfucking Taylor Port, right? So Taylor Port, bitch. Cheap ass wine. That had a purple set. I took one just because my back was hurt. You know my neck and my back been hurt for the last 2 days. You gotta rest it. Well, is it because you gotta lay on it, man? You been laying on your neck and your back? I had to lay on my neck and my back. Man, the new living pepper wing was good. Not doing nothing. so listen, right? So we sitting up here. You know, I got a little perky in me, a little Taylor Port. You know, pretty. Sitting up here looking pretty big, with my hair done. Just left the news station promoting all the shit I'm in. Beauty and Black Season 2, Noah's Ark, RuPaul's Drag Race, The Outlaws Podcast, Cozy Tour, Family Feud, like all the shit I'm in. Cause you know, I heard a delusional bitch say I wasn't doing that. I heard a bitch a delusional ass bitch. What was that? I wasn't doing that. I ain't had a booking in the last 10 years, bitch. I ain't had a booking in the last 10 years. And a bitch talking about I ain't doing that. You just got booked. You just got booked after 10 years. And you hot people. You been. What's that whole thing? I'm going to be for a decade. You already did that out of the chair. Screaming out. What's that whole long ass shit? Nobody stop your long shit ass. Get some money, long chitty hoe. Long chitty hoe, ain't nobody was thinking about you. But we been doing real shit out here. Bitch ass nigga. We been doing real shit, bitch. So we sitting up here, we having a good time. We feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I took my motherfucking pumpkin, like I said, cause my neck and my back had a little pain in it. And we healing. Well, again, so we was in a deep conversation real quick, right? So we're in a deep conversation real quick.
Skip the line and get right to your destination. That's why you go first.
People have lots of opinions when it comes to our bodies. Our shapes, how we dress, even our birth control. Time out. Since when is it anyone's business but yours? Birth control is your decision. Mirena is over 99% effective at preventing pregnancy for up to 8 years. Reversible if plans change.
And so me and Mo was talking. Me and Mo, Jai, we stood up there talking, right? So Mo told me.
Oh, that's who that is? Okay, that's fine. You can dip out.
Right about now, the CEO of Pack Standard is calling the mayor. He's probably patched in the chair of the Union Depository, and they're all about to tear the ass out of the chief of police. Cops on the street will be highly motivated to break you down. But you don't need to worry about that. Just get to Raton Canyon. I've got a plan. So, have any dye packs gone off in the bags? You know because you'd be covered in paint? No? That means the transponders worked. Failed to rob Schwarzman. You know when you'll have lots of time? When you're put in jail for robbing a bank and putting down a load of cops. You don't have time right now. Get out of there as quick as you can. Keep going, keep going. Don't worry about the cops. Worry about getting to the canyon. We've got an advantage on the cops right now, but it won't last for long. So let's make it count, people. Move before they figure out what happened.
I need info here, dispatch. Where'd he go? Air support has lost visual.
There's a lot of confused voices coming out of my police scanner right now. You know what? I might have just pulled this off. Maybe I am a genius after all.
Ow! Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah. Oh, my friends! We did it! Well, you did it. Ooh, I know I didn't do that much, but you, you know, I thought you were just a bunch of creepy and quiet weirdos. Turns out you're a bunch of creepy, quiet weirdos with talent. You rob and you steal and destroy like geniuses. Oh, I love it. I love it. Here, let me wire you your money. You know, I will never forget the good times. All the laughs we had. You're like family. The picnic, you know, the hike in the woods, and all the selfies, and oh, and the time we went rollerblading, and we watched the sunset, and we stayed up all night talking and sharing our innermost fears, and then what was that? That wasn't you? Even the skinny dipping and the oh. What are you saying? Oh. The drugs. Oh man, the drugs. I am a heavily medicated man. I'm not well at all. I'm a little embarrassed. Okay, the money here, and here, and here, and here. Okay, you better take off and take care. Okay. Bye-bye.
Girl, what?
2013, 2014, when Diddy showed up to his house and started searching everywhere what he thought was for Cassie. Now, I want to read you some of Deontay Nash's direct testimony to show.
I want to hear more. I have a problem with your sound. I have to hear you because you're so important. I want to walk over and get our rest of our legal panel in this, okay? Because Elizabeth Wagmeister, what she
testimony to show.
I want to hear more. I have a problem with your sound. I have to hear you because you're so important. I want to walk over and get our rest of our legal panel in this, okay? Because Elizabeth Wagmeister, what she has to say, everyone needs to hear because she's been on this story since the very beginning. So I'm going to have her join this table, and for a moment, I'm going to go to this illustrious panel. And we got a panel full of lawyers, including Joey Jackson and Jennifer Rogers and Misty Maris. They need no microphone. Lawyers are always loud. So bring it to me, everyone here talking about this while we get more information. One thing that we're going to hear about from Wagmeister on the testimony of Deontay Nash was about how this element of control, right? They need to talk about the control because, for sex trafficking cases, you got to have this coercion, this fraud, these threats. Jennifer, there was a moment throughout the testimony where he talked about Diddy's control over Cassidy. Did they move the needle, though? They did. I actually thought they had a good day today because she testified, of course, that she did feel coerced. And there has been a series of witnesses who were corroborating her in certain respects. But this witness I thought was really powerful because he got down to specifics, that she was told that her music wouldn't come out, that her career would be stalled, that she was told that the sex tapes would be released. It would ruin her reputation. So this control is not just a vague thing. It's like a concrete thing. These are the specific ways in which I saw him controlling her. I thought that was very powerful. I mean, you agree?
Yeah, and I also think, look, he corroborated the physical violence, but it was a step further than that. He talked about times when Deontay saw Diddy come to find Cassie with like 5 or 6 of these security guards that we've heard so much about. The intimidation factor, that she was being beaten, that she was trying to hide from him, and he was hunting her down and finding her. So that speaks to this element of coercion, forced fraud and coercion, which is in the sex trafficking statute, that she was living under this threat during this period of time. And to me, that really moved the needle on that aspect of the case.
He was talking about that, right? I mean, he was describing how, just to paraphrase, she had nowhere to run. She tried to go to a hotel. And she was supposed to call Deontay on the phone when she got to the safe house, this hotel. When she called, Diddy saw the phone and saw the hotel pop up. They then went to the hotel and told him to go get her. I mean, at one point she describes even perhaps taking drastic steps.
Yes, and now that my mic is working, I can read you part of this direct testimony from Deontay Nash, which is actually talking about that instance that you're referencing, Laura, but before. So he speaks about how Diddy shows up to his home and starts searching for Cassie. Here's what he said, quote, Puff came in and he was like, where the F is she? He started looking all around my house, in the closets. He went in the oven. I don't know why he looked in the oven. He asked me where she was. Then when the prosecutor said, who is she? He clarified that it's Cassie. And then after he looked around his house, then he asked for his car keys and took his phone. So as Misty said, it feels like there was this culture of fear and monitoring and intimidation, at least according to Deontay Nash's testimony. And again, he was someone who was not just inside Holmes's and Cassie's inner circle as a stylist. He was one of Cassie's best friends. So he really was hearing from her in real time what she perceived was happening.
And they're still very close, right?
Very close. In fact, he said that he spoke to her yesterday to congratulate her for the birth of her baby boy, which is really kind of an incredible turn of events after her testimony that we saw across the course of 4 days. Of course, she was very pregnant when she testified. But Deontay Nash was asked about how close he was with Cassie still, and he said, we're very close. I spoke to her yesterday. He was also, by the way, asked if he still speaks to Combs, and he did admit that he has stayed in touch with him. He said it in a very nonchalant way, basically like, of course I would talk to him. He's Sean Combs. And when asked how he feels about him being there today in court, he said, I don't hate him. It's not in me.
It was an amazing moment. And just the idea of all the people that Misty was talking about who were there. I mean, security is ever present when you're talking about any of these allegations. In building the enterprise,
The prosecution is trying to show the inner circle and people who worked for Bad Boy more broadly, they weren't just doing maybe legitimate work on the different entities, but they were also the right-hand men, and sometimes women, they allege, of Sean Diddy Combs. But what about the fact that this witness is an employee, and he, along with another person who was named a former chief of staff, they were trying to help her escape through the side? Does that undermine that the whole enterprise was working in cahoots with Deshaun?
So here's my view. There's no question that Nash furthers the narrative with respect to control, with regard to abuse, and with regard to coercion. No question about it. The bruising, the weekly visits to the hotel she didn't want to do. The issue with me is the causal relationship between his abusiveness, his coercive, his need for control. How's your hair? How's your makeup? What are you wearing today? Where are you? I'm going to look for you in this house, even in an oven, right? Because I'm just so maniacal. But is that...
And that irrational part might undercut it, you're saying?
Yes. But is there a causal connection between his irrationality, his jealousy, his outrage, his rage, and his just being inhumane, and him coercing her to engage in this sexual activity?
What about the threats to expose her tapes and also to get her parents fired as well?
Yes, but is that because, right, is that because you're not going to do a freak-off with me? Is there a direct connection between, hey, I'm going to expose these tapes, I'm going to get your parents fired, I'm going to extort $20,000 from your parents, etc.? Is that because you come to this freak-off with me or else? And that's the issue. You got to establish his conduct, maniacal, radical, horrific, inhumane, indecent. But is that because I want you to freak off with me? And if you establish that connection...
So freak off with me.
You just show that he's a maniac who's doing horrible things because he's jealous. That's quite enough.
Well, on the 29th birthday party, there was testimony that she had gone to a club with her friends. And Deontay Nash testifies that Cassie is essentially persuaded and almost browbeaten. And she's saying, I want to have her with my friends. I don't want you to freak off. And at one point, he says that he hears Diddy say, and I'm paraphrasing here, I do all this stuff for you. You can't do this one epic thing for me, F you. That was how they tried to thread the needle about the pressure about the freak-offs. Does that address Joey's claim, or is that still not enough?
You know, I think it doesn't have to be so surgical, right? I mean, I think if you have a relationship where there's all this pressure, all this coercion, day in and day out, she doesn't really control her own life, he controls her life, and then he makes these demands on her, including these sex parties, part of which was the trafficking, right, element. I think if that's going to be good enough for the jury to say, we're going to find the sex trafficking because of the kind of totality of circumstances of their relationship, but I do think that because of the relationship and how long it lasted and how much she wanted it to be more serious, the jury is going to have to decide the coercion was really coercion. I mean, they have to get over that hurdle. But I don't think it has to be so specific of like, at this time, right before the freak-off, it has to be coercive.
Well, I want to get you on this, Misty, but I first want to ask, just so you can sort of set the scene for us, because, Elizabeth, there was a lot of testimony about this mixtape. A mixtape that Cassie had been working on for quite some time, had major artists on it, anyone from Wiz Khalifa to Rick Ross to Too Short. I think French Montana was on it, the list goes on. And it seemed like there was a deal that if this did well, he would then monetize it in some form of streaming. That never happened. Explain why that was significant.
That did never happen, according to Deontay Nash's testimony. And Deontay Nash explained that this mixtape was put up online for free, and that it was actually the most popular free mixtape of that year. And that Diddy had said, if this does well, then we are going to release it, and he never did. Mm-hmm. You said earlier, Laura, that Deontay Nash testified he was being generous, and he said that 10% of her music during the time that he worked for the couple was released. So the point that he was making here is that Cassie was constantly in the studio. At one point, he said every day that he was in the studio with her.
They even slept there at one point.
They slept in the studio. He said that she was working all the time, but that Diddy controlled her career. He controlled if this music was ever going to be put out, and that the majority of it wasn't.
So, Misty, on that point, they're trying to make the case on Fox that he was treating her as an artist, not as a girlfriend, not as maniacal, but if you performed as an artist, great. If you were not performing, you did not get the sunlight from him.
Okay.
Tell me about that relationship, why that testimony might be crucial for either prosecution or defense.
Right, so for the prosecution, they want to show that Biddy's in control of her entire career. That's one of the aspects of control that requires her to comply with whatever he wants to do to make that connection that Joey was talking about between the sex trafficking, the conduct of freak-offs, and their relationship, right? It brings to that next level. Now, what the defense tried to do is undercut that. They said, well, doesn't his bad boy record and Biddy personally have a financial incentive for her to succeed? And this also went into aspects about controlling the way she looks, controlling her style. Well, isn't that normal for a record label to assert that type of control over an artist? Because at the end of the day, this is a business. So the defense is trying to cut off those elements and couch them in a completely different light. It's business related. It's not part of this element of coercion. It's not part of control. It's something you would see with any artist, regardless of whether it was a romantic relationship.
Really important, especially in contrast to what happened yesterday with Capricorn's charge testimony. We got this. Who was Cassie's worst enemy? Was it himself, her talent, addiction, or was it Sean Diddy Combs? Stand by, everyone. There's much more to get to tonight, including that dramatic moment in court that led Diddy's defense team to call for a mistrial. Might the testimony in question come back to haunt the prosecution's case? Plus, witness after witness after witness describing Diddy as a control freak, obsessed with maintaining not just Cassie's image, but his own reputation as well. But tonight, one of the people who helped shape that public persona is going to join us. Former publicist is standing by.
Honesty, four. Facts, 3. Integrity, 2. Accuracy, 1. Truth. Good night and good luck. Watch 7 on CNN and stream live on Max.
Are you ready to connect to a perfect game with Turkish Airlines? To feel welcome and to feel refreshed. To discover unforgettable flavors. To reach new heights of happiness. To connect to a journey that's perfect because of you.
Traffic delay ahead.
It's going to be about a 45-minute wait. Is that all right?
What?
These days, the best night out happens when you decide to stay in. When your backyard date nights are this perfect, you just can't wait until you're finally home.
Better?
Better. Start building your dream backyard at Belguard.com.
Advil Targeted Relief. The only topical pain reliever with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact to target tough pain at the source for up to 8 hours of powerful relief. Advil Targeted Relief.
If you take or have taken Humira for moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis and still have symptoms, you don't have to settle. Ask your gastroenterologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you. It's one of the latest treatments from the makers of Humira. Rinvoq works differently than Humira and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can deliver rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and helps visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occur.
CV event risk increases in nation, plus with the heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you have these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoke, are pregnant or planning. Don't take allergic or have an infection.
Rapid symptom relief and lasting steroid-free remission are possible with Rinvoq. Ask your gastroenterologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you. You can pay as little as $0 per month. Hey Dad, check this out. Baby back ribs. Where does it go? Nobody knows.
Okay, how did you do that?
Honey.
It was awesome. Will you just at least not do it to the other rib? So, what do you think about the Jeep Wrangler? Very spacious, lots of open air. What are you going to use it for?
Guarding against terrorism, safe as well. Yeah.
Sorry, it's not Mission Impossible for reckoning if we are there. So strong. No, mission is impossible.
with a Jeep Wrangler. Purchase and get an average of $8,200 below MSRP of 2025 Jeep Gladiator, Rubicon, and Mojave models. Hurry, this offer will self-destruct June 2nd.
I gotta go talk to a camera. All right, Korean food 101. Let's break it down. You got bibimbap, japchae, mandu, but when it comes to delicious cake, bibigo is the go-to. Don't know how to speak Korean? It's fine. I don't either. 누구세요? Oh, I want you too. That will make it taste less thing. Bottom line is, you just have to bibigo for it. What's wrong with you?
Quality healthcare shouldn't take up all your time. HIMS offers access to doctor-trusted treatments for hair loss, ED, and weight loss 100% online. Answer a few questions about your health history to connect with a licensed provider in hours, not weeks. You can get personalized treatment, 24/7 support, and medication delivered directly. No need for insurance or appointments. Get the care you need and get back to your day. Expert care 100% online. Get started today at HIMS.com. Eva Longoria, Searching for Spain, Sunday at 9 on CNN.
As you know, we've been getting a glimpse of what it was like to work for Diddy from his past employees, the ones who took the stand. And we've been noticing a pattern. Despite all of the horrible things that they say they witnessed and maybe even endured personally while working for him, they still talk about these feelings of reference, almost like there were two versions of Diddy. Take his former assistant, Capricorn Clark, for example. She testified that Diddy was threatened to life more than once. Made her take lie detector tests in some abandoned building. But she also revealed that she, quote, liked him as a friend, that she respected him, that working for him was kind of like a business school. Another former assistant, George Kaplan, he testified that Diddy threatened his career almost monthly. Despite this, he almost gushed about it, almost. He called Diddy sort of a man. And that he still wishes him a happy birthday, invited him to his wedding, in response, and reported that this made Diddy smile. So, were there really two versions of Diddy? With me now is Rob Jeter, who is a former publicist for Diddy, represented him in the early 2000s. He's also the host of the podcast Naughty But Nice with Rob Jeter, which is probably apropos. So, I'll be ready to ask you about the Naughty But Nice dynamic here. Hey, very famous high-profile shows, whether it's been Alicia Keys, John Manjoki, or Jessica Simpson, was one of your favorites to work with. Are you recognizing the person they're talking about in the film?
That's a very complicated question. It's something that I think people that have worked with him are really struggling with. The Diddy that I knew was charming, funny, was cheeky, was naughty, but I also was red flag. There were signs. He was controlling. He wanted to get his own way. He happened when he couldn't get his own way. And so I think what makes this story so interesting is there's so many sides to Diddy. And it's almost like we understand why potentially he got away with this for maybe so long. Because people like, you see, we get a lot of fun. I worked with the most famous, the biggest stars in the world. Diddy was fun. If I could go out, maybe not tonight, but 10 years ago, if I could go out for a drink with one of them, I would have always picked Diddy. He was fun.
Well, you know, as you describe it, so many people, the names I've just mentioned, let alone Diddy, I mean, they're in a totally different celebrity stratosphere. Most people will never interact with them personally. They might know them through their music and discographies. So what you described, the tantrums, always getting in their ways, many people associate that with being a celebrity and being a rich one at that. How did his behavior differ, you think, from sort of the average controlling personality that would have to propel themselves to be a star?
He was not self-destructive, or at least it seemed like that to me at the time. This is a guy that I would work his parties, and I would go home after the red carpet ended. He was the one partying for the wee hours, but he was up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning that next day, finding out when's Entertainment Tonight running. Am I the lead of the show? Is People magazine covering the story? And so he was very much so. He knew exactly how he wanted to be photographed. He knew exactly how he wanted to be presented. And I was a young guy when I first started working with him. He taught me how to be a publicist. He was paying me, I should have paid him. It was like going to university.
You know, he has no control over those things right now. I wonder how that might impact him. You watch him. If he has to go to the bathroom, he's got 2 marshals in front of him, 2 marshals behind him. He can't control how he's photographed, or obviously drawn in the courtroom. How did this impact somebody like Diddy?
Well, a couple of things. I think that the courtroom sketches with the grey hair is probably one is the second thing that we know. It sounds like a shadow thing, but that's something he was always very focused on. And then another side of me believes that in a sick, perverse way, he's loving this. He always wanted to be the most famous person in the world. He is. He's now escorted to the back room. You say he's taken to the back room by guards. That's true. It's not. He's presidential. He's in and out of the courthouse. And so I know that seems so wacky, but he always wanted to be one of the most famous people in the world. And today he is.
He seems like he wants to be loved as well. Outside the courthouse, you're not seeing the groundswell. You see people who are out there with their cameras and bloggers and course journalists as well. You have a couple brief posters. There's not maybe the groundswell you hope for.
I'm working with the rest of the release party. And the time is okay, but he wasn't really. And he really wanted me about that. And the next day, we had to have like an emergency meeting where we decided how to make some bad paying for people to turn up. But that sort of stuff, what people say, how he looks, that's very important.
I see him jotting a lot of notes in court and handing to his counsel. They often come over to himself before they sit down again. Is he controlling the legal team?
Yeah, he controls everything. I could add a customs without getting approval. If I wanted to put out a statement, it would go through him. He really is hands-on. His own side of everything. That's why this suitcase of Elizabeth, or Elizabeth at CNN wrote, the fact that he is really violent, very, very good. Controls people, friendly, speaking, shouting, you know how to play those places. I don't testify. Was Diddy testify? I predict he didn't testify. Now, I could be wrong here. I know I've listened to your panel all week about the trial. I could be wrong. I could have watched it. And I would imagine he's got it. I'm going to try to talk people out of it. Let's see that's what you can do. There's no case. I think what is it to make it?
Do you think that he has had this attitude towards all these artists that were under the bad boy beyond? Or was it the sun shining only on this particular side?
It's like the sun shining on one side. It's not that. It's always it's positive. It wasn't for a celebration. We only celebrate it. We saw a celebration. He used their celebrity to make his bigger. He used to joke that he was thinking about it. His hobby is he doesn't text them. He doesn't have any interest. He's not interested in extravagantly. He's not watching the Kardashians. He thinks about using 24 hours a day and that's what he's doing.
Fascinating conversation. Thank you so much for joining. He was thinking about these days as well. So ahead to the sentence today, let's hear together. Only one particular line of question, quote, outrageous. It's the moment that led to the denied request for the request on left from this class. And it could be a pretty big sign of things to come. The legal science faculty explains next. It led to how others bring you the major pardon phrase on the Oval Office. The meta movement is already there. It's a controversial topic that he has his eyes on.
My one place I could
people to experience this beautifully diverse city. There's another place like it. That's not close. With the cheap deposit check easily, send money to
explain what's possible. Our cloud platform is
Hey.
for AI to provide the world's leading innovators with the performance and efficiency they need to realize AI's potential today and into the future.
I'll ditch the trucks and you hold on to those.
testimony. We're going to hear from somebody named Mia. It's a pseudonym. The jurors are already aware of this. In fact, in court today, when you had Deontay Nash testifying, they showed a picture of the person they're going to refer to as Mia, signaling to the jury again, this is the name we're going to be using. She is a former assistant of Diddy. She said that she was sexually assaulted. This is another victim in the case. What do they need to show to build the case? The pattern, the trafficking, the racketeering? How does she help?
So she's going to help when she testifies, not only about the sexual assault, but also about that aspect of the violence, of the threats. That's all going to speak to both components of the case, both the sex trafficking as well as the RICO. And it's mainly because Diddy is basically threatening everyone in his sphere, right? This is the prosecution's argument. To comply with what he wants, he's threatening anyone and everyone who he's associated with so that they do his bidding. And so prosecutors are going to need to elicit that on their direct testimony.
We are learning the prosecution is ahead of schedule, whatever that means, and that they might be cutting some witnesses. This might be a 5-week case in chief. How long will the defense? We don't yet know. Thank you, everyone. Work on your rhyming, Joey Jackson. Don't forget, there's much more of trial coverage on my new CNN podcast, Trial by Jury. Tonight's episode featured a fascinating extended conversation with the Punisher, the male escort who testified about the freak-offs. You can listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. Still ahead tonight, an Oprah-style giveaway from the Oval Office. You get a pardon, and you get a pardon, and you get a pardon. President Trump going on a massive spree of commutations and pardons. There's critics wondering just how easy is it to get one anyway. And later, the escape from an alleged crypto torture chamber in New York City. CNN has the video first and the dramatic details of what police say this man endured for weeks.
To understand the world, you need the truth.
Firstborn.
You've got the van. I'll come back to you with details on what to do next. ACO has split the larger task up into a series of smaller, easy-to-track tasks. Looking from a management book. Does it likely work? Do you feel like you're working productively? Vida,
Siblings.
about everything else beyond it.
Right now?
That's all you say.
Maybe time to start using Neutrogena retinol regenerating cream. It can reverse 7 years of visible aging. Green skin.
Girl, she said, I'm gonna do it later. Hold on, I'm gonna do it later. I'm gonna come back. Hold on, I'm gonna come back. Do it later. That lady said, hold on, I'm gonna do it later.
Now we've got the same remote server set up in the back of this van, the white one, as the other heist crew has in the back of their van, the black one. What's missing from ours is their magic box, so you're gonna drive into the alleyway and swap their box into our van. Then decoys will get into the black van, which is now empty, and drive off, making any heist crew that shows up think they've been robbed. The driver lets this heist crew chase the black van, waits until it's clear, and brings the equipment in our white van to Paige. That complicated enough for you?
Oh.
Advil liquid gels for faster, stronger, and longer lasting relief than Tylenol rapid release gels. Because Advil targets pain at the source of inflammation. So for faster pain relief, Advil.
Firstborn. Firstborn. Common. Siblings. Gender reveal. Right now? Hold on, keep that.
In a way.
Garlic buffalo. Disappear.
How did you do that?
Pass me one of your honey mustards and
Those are dad's, all right? I think we've had enough magic at the dinner table.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. Their Crohn's disease symptoms after taking a medication like Humira or Remicade, put them in check with Rinvoq, a once daily pill.
when symptoms try to take control, I got rapid relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When flares try to slow me down, I got lasting remission with Rinvoq. Check. And many were in remission, even at nearly 2 years.
And Rinvoq helped visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining. Check.
Rapid symptom relief, lasting remission.
And visibly reduced damage. Check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq. Why do couples choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I make my side softer?
I like my side firmer. Sleep Number does that.
Your ideal firmness and effortless comfort all night.
Can I help us sleep better and better?
Please.
Sleep Number does that.
Because we love so hard, and if you feel in your soul that that man is not working, listen to it. Listen to it.
It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event, up to 50% off, plus 0% interest for 36 months. Only at Sleep Number.
Are you ready to connect to a perfect journey with Turkish Airlines? To feel welcomed and to feel refreshed. To discover unforgettable flavors. To reach new heights of happiness. To connect to a journey because of you.
Where are we going?
Who's the driver?
She's a developer. Duster, streaming exclusively on Max.
Hey, America, it's our 249th birthday, so let's party. But shouldn't we wait another year for the big 250? Like George and the boys should have waited another year for the disco on the Delaware? Come on. We the people don't wait to keep it juicy. Never have. Heck, we partied in Boston with just tea. Point is, juicy don't wait for round numbers. So happy big 249, America, from Johnsonville. Let's keep it juicy.
Jump to the jam, boogie woogie jam slam. What causes a current death? Is it Peyronie's disease? Is there somebody I can talk to for help?
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease?
There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at gogetsomebody.com.
Everybody tells me, if you want to eat well in Spain, go to Galicia.
Here we've got the best produce in the world.
In the world?
Would you like to try the best pulpo you have ever eaten?
Yes.
Evil Longoria, searching for Spain, Sunday at 9 on
Closed captioning brought to you by Gilt. Visit Gilt.com today for up to 70% off designer brands.
Gilt has the designers that get your heart racing. At insider prices, new every day. Hurry, they'll be gone in a flash. Designer sales at up to 70% off. Shop Gilt.com today.
Tonight, new video obtained exclusively by CNN that shows a barefoot man bolting up the stairs from the basement of a New York City townhouse. This before running onto the street. Now that man, a 28-year-old wealthy Italian cryptocurrency trader who was allegedly kidnapped and also held hostage in that Manhattan apartment for weeks. Investigators say the two men who wanted the password to a Bitcoin account that was worth millions are behind all of this. You are looking at the moment he escaped. Those two men have been arrested in this case. The man on the left is John Woltz, also known as the Crypto King of Kentucky. Prosecutors say that Woltz and an accomplice tortured the 28-year-old for days, allegedly threatening to kill him, even dangling him from the top of a flight of stairs. For more, let's bring in CNN Chief Law Enforcement and Intelligence Analyst John Miller. John, this was stunning to see this footage and what has happened to this man. Two men have now been arrested. What are prosecutors alleging that they did while holding him?
Well, they're alleging that he was taken to the basement, tortured on numerous occasions. This involves allegedly his feet being placed in water and then live wires attached to a power source being applied to him to shock and burn him, psychological torture, guns being held to his head, threats of death. But there's a bizarre twist here, which is there are also two female suspects involved here who at various times when the two male suspects were playing bad cop would be playing good cop, saying, we can work this all out. All you have to do, you're going to make money with these people. It's all just give them the code to your crypto.
Now, I saw this footage of him escaping.
How did that happen?
That's really interesting. He was tied up when he was being tortured. And when he became more agreeable about maybe we can work this out, I can try to get the code, he would enjoy some movement around the house. Now, they had an air tag on him, and they said if you escape, we'll know where you are. The doors were locked, so it was hard to make a run for it. But, Laura, this starts on May 6th. This was on Friday when he finally bolted. He said, I'll get the code. I just need you to get my laptop. They had taken his phones. They had taken his passport. They had taken everything from him when he got there. And he said, during that moment, I knew, this is it. This is my chance. They're going upstairs to get it. He ran from the first floor, down the stairs to the basement, bolted for the door that leads upstairs to the street from the basement. You see him in that footage. He runs to that gate, lifts the lock, and then takes off running and finds the traffic enforcement agent, one of the people who looks like a police officer, but he writes a ticket. And he says, I need help, and he notified the police, and they were there within minutes.
God, I mean, but one of the suspects is known as, I think it's the Crypto King of Kentucky. What do you know about him?
So that's Volt, and he has been in and out of the crypto business, raised money for different ventures. He runs around in Porsches and Ferraris and lives in expensive places. And apparently the gambit here was that he had known Michael, the victim, for 4 years, and lured him back on the idea that they had some falling out over money involving crypto blockchain stuff. Where he said, I've got a business proposal that's going to make us both rich. And from Michael's standpoint, it was, well, either we're going to settle our business dispute, and I'm going to get out of business with it, or I'm going to go all in. He had no idea what he was walking into.
I keep hearing about stories like this, where people who have cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or otherwise are getting increasingly targeted. Some people are being very bombastic and almost maybe drawing a kind of target on their own backs. Is this becoming a trend where increased security is necessary, et cetera?
So this is something we've seen around the world. If you just go back the last month, Pakistan attempted kidnapping for millions of dollars in crypto, 2 cases in Paris, France, a case in Canada, another case in Chicago.
Wow, this man, as alleged, seems to have been particularly vulnerable. Thank you for giving us the story. We have reached out to CNN, the attorneys for the suspects. We have not heard back. John Miller, thank you so much.
Thanks, Laura.
And thank you all for watching. Anderson Cooper 360 is next.
Tonight on 360, Todd Chrisley, one of the 2 reality TV stars the president pardoned, just got out of prison. His wife is next. We talk to their attorney tonight. Also breaking news, a major blow to the Trump tariffs. A court has just blocked the bulk of them. And later inside, the training pilots are now getting for moments which have already caused chaos and could come again when radios go dead and air traffic control radar goes blank. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin with breaking news just a day after reality show stars Todd and Julie Chrisley received presidential pardons. Todd Chrisley walked out of a federal prison in Florida today. His wife, Julie, is awaiting release from a facility in Lexington, Kentucky. The one-time co-stars of the reality show Chrisley Knows Best were convicted nearly 3 years ago of conspiring to defraud community banks in the Atlanta area out of millions of dollars in personal loans, as well as tax evasion and attempting to defraud the IRS. Last summer, their daughter, Savannah, who was a vocal supporter of the Trump campaign, was a featured speaker at the Republican National Convention.
Justice, it's supposed to be blind, but today we have a...
EasyCater is the premier tech platform for managing critical resources like tacos. Together or apart, Pet Libro keeps your lives in sync. Because what's best for you is what's best for them, is what's best for everyone. Pet Libro, designed better for your lives together.
Bitches against misogyny because I know how it affects you and me. So I don't even have the luxury to be able to throw you under a bus because it don't fucking align with my politics. I want to because you're a raggedy ass bitch that don't give a fuck about nobody. But everything. Now, when you enter and have a babies, and that's the only of your importance, you'll be in fucking Georgia, brain dead, with incubating a non-viable baby against your family's will. That's what you end up when you only can produce fucking babies. That's what you end up being, dumbass bitch. But you're not clocking that. You're not clocking that connection. And I wish I could throw you under a bus, but I can't do that. Because I know you just fucking ignorant. I know you got some. This world is gonna wore you out so much as a woman, a dark-skinned woman, that your only value is that. And here's some of these tranny ass bitches trying to maneuver in your space that you barely got a hold of. They call you all kinds of mans and niggas. You barely got a hold of the space. I know you scared, dusty bitch. I know you scared and feel uncomfortable because ain't nobody fucking loves you outside of your fucking pussy. You ain't never been the pretty girl in the room. I know how ugly it is in your life. And so here come these trans ass bitches with the surgery. Trying to come in your woman's space. You ain't your enemy. You ain't the one that's wearing you out. Yeah, we gonna read your ass if it get ugly. Yeah, we gonna read you. But systematically, we are not harming you, sis. Systematically, we're not harming you. We're not doing nothing to you. Yeah, when you say smart ass shit, we gonna come and read you, and it's gonna be ugly. We gonna be black. That's culturally black to play the dozens and go back and forth and read each other. That's what we do. We niggas. That's what black people do. That's a part of our culture. To read, especially queer black folks, but you know, straight black folks call it playing the dozens and Joni and da. We all do that as culture. We gonna read, go back and forth, but systematically, trans people are the least likely to harm you, sis. So why you got so much heat for? So much heat that you look at people that so down. Where's Lauren? I'm sure Lauren has some intelligent questions back. Where's she is? Where's she is? But I want to know what y'all think. What are y'all thoughts on this? Like, what is her obsession? Those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. So, what are y'all thoughts? And if you're listening, just tuning in, thumbs up. And you saying this, oh, I want a man. I guess she was talking about how she wanted a man to, her man. You know how this told us, that they can be friends. And so a nigga that's into is gonna be into the trans look, baby. He gonna be into the trans look. Or you running around talking like a nigga, you like a homeboy. You the next thing to trans, baby. If they like you, baby, they like trans. Trust and believe. They may not tell you. That's why y'all hoes be running around getting fooled by these obviously DL niggas. But if they like you, baby, they like trans. You look like one. You act like a nigga. So if they like your masculine ass, they like a little manliness in their woman. Yeah. You're gonna run into many trans loving niggas.
Everything you're saying is making sense. Thinking she's a brick and has no opinions of you. Has no opinions of you. She looks like one. Yeah, I just, I think she definitely feels insecure that you still snatch a trans girl that's more pretty and passable than she could ever be. And it is a shame because women should support each other. Um, I think it's what you get out of it. What you get out. What you get out of that baby making. That's what I always wonder. And this is no shade. I adore cis women. There are many cis women in my life, but it's certain. These transphobic ones, I always wonder, what do you get out of the baby making? Because your first baby daddy was a bum, didn't fuck with you, wasn't helping you. You have a story of being a single mother. You got knocked up and had a baby that didn't bring you any wealth. We love to talk about these gold digger ass bitches that lock in the niggas who support niggas, but at least they're going after a prize that gets them some type of status and money and security. Maybe gold diggers, but at least they got a plan. You dropping babies off so you ain't doing shit. But what's that baby making get you? You still was a bum. You still was hustling bullshit ass comedy videos. What did it get you? What did the baby making get you? You talk about how you were struggling for so long prior to the internet opening up some doors. That baby making didn't get you nothing but less money and headaches. That baby making didn't get you nothing. And then you just had a baby that you were scared to tell people about because you were just getting this new job, this new Breakfast Club job. You were scared taking that baby making had you scared. You was insecure about your job. Patriarchy. that coveted thing that you can do, like a Girl Scout. Ooh, I can make babies. What had you insecure about your job? If it was so special, why was you insecure about your job? I thought you wasn't you had to keep it secret. Not saying that it's not special. I'm not saying that. I'm just making a point. That even that ability to make a baby make you insecure about your stability and your career. So it can't be that motherfucking special. I think it's because it's how humanity continues and how I got here. So in that context, I think it's special. But in regard to it's not going to protect you, bitch. It's not going to save you from nothing. It doesn't save you from anything. Y'all still getting your ass beat. Still highest rate of intimate partner violence. You still getting the same thing that tranny bitches is getting. Except you can make babies. How is it making you being treated better? You still getting killed. You still getting beat on. You still getting used. You having these niggas babies and they having you as an in-house servant, cooking and cleaning, and still want you to pay 50%. How is making babies benefiting you? And you a black woman. The maternal death rate is high as fuck. You risking your life every time you do it. How is it benefiting you, dumb hoe? How is it benefiting you? You as a single mama, struggling in these streets with no help for a long time. Now you got some help. But for the longest time, it wasn't giving you any benefits. You got these raggedy ass niggas running around talking about how you ain't shit. Because you a baby mama. Your body count is high. You got a child. So they talk about the stepdaddies is simps for even helping you. What are the benefits of these immaculate children that you can have? What is it getting you? What's the benefit?
What's up, boss?
Maybe because I'm not a cis woman, I don't know. What's the benefit? Because I'm not seeing it protecting anybody from no harm. Like I said, they might keep you alive in Georgia. You go brain dead. It might save you in that way. The cringy, necro-political way. It may be cringe. It may be a cringy way that they say, ooh, let's keep this black woman alive so she can incubate this non-viable embryo fetus back with the clump of cells. Let's save her. Let's experiment. Let's make her. What's her name on Handmaid's Tale? This is via Handmaid's Tale plot line of Matthew in the bed, just being incubated.
Oh, that was of Matthew.
Being an incubator, they'll save you that way. Ooh, the benefit. Keep my dead body alive. Lucky me. Okay. What's the benefit? They just cut your SNAP benefits, so you can't get no SNAP benefits now. Now they making it to where you can't have SNAP benefits. What is it? Is it before 7 or after 7? They done passed some kind of bill where I ain't deep diving it, but it's something about at 7 years old either the SNAP start or the SNAP stop. So the welfare queens is getting less welfare benefits for the kids. Either way, the benefits is stopping. Those benefits, what other benefits is it? Daycare is through the fucking roof. Daycare is rent money or mortgage money now. Child care is great. So what's the benefit? I'm still trying to grasp the benefit. What's the benefit? They run it out of fucking. A couple of years ago, what they did? They ran out of fucking formula. They care about babies. What's the benefit? I'm trying to understand. What's the benefit? Tell me, please. Tell me. Somebody, please tell me what the benefit is. I really want to know. Because when I think of having children in this day and age, I'm really trying to grasp my world. Like they're wearing y'all out. Only about 49% of custodial single parents. First of all, 80% of them are women.
Morse Mutual Insurance. How can we
But there are
help you?
men single parents. Yes, about
We can do that.
Custodial parents, about 49% of custodial parents are getting child support. 49. Not the whole 100%. 49% of them are getting child support. So half the time, motherfuckers ain't even taking care of their kids. They ain't doing it. Unless you date some rich ass nigga, I can see that. What's his Travis Hunter? Is that his name? Travis Hunter. What's the little smiley little dude that just signed for the Mexican girlfriend? The men are in the comments mad about that Mexican girl getting married and not having no prenup, about to get over. They in the comments mad at this little boy, this young man, for not getting a prenup, for getting married, for me.
There's a bike each. We need all 4 for the job. When you've got them, stash them in the alley for the job. Sounds like the Lost are mobilizing their troops. A wrecked bike is no good to us, people. Stay out in front of them.
Marrying for love. They hate it when they marry for love. Now, I love to see it. I love to see the black girls wear them out for that country. I'm sorry. Because these same niggas be talking hella shit about black women. And will be behind closed doors and on the camera. Look at what's the I don't know these sports niggas back in style. I'll be wrong on that. But recently, they was the Pivot podcast they call it now. But they were fetishized, they are non-black wives, talking about black women. People wear them out, they wear their little phones out. Like real season. Y'all try to explain to black people to go to the sorry all the people, you know, white girls train to train y'all as if they weren't trained to train people in motherfuckers. They were trained to train people in motherfuckers. Trained, raised to milk and clown. Like the fucking coaches and the fucking administration of the athletic team be bringing big disease to come train y'all niggas. When I do that, it will I'm on the sky. I'm not on the sky. Don't call me white girl. Drain y'all niggas. They literally bring the cheerleader white girls in to look y'all. And y'all love it. And get caught up in it. I love to see. That's all I want to say. I love to see. Drain them. Milk them. Get them. God. Get knocked up. That's when the benefits of being stuff. That's when the benefits. That's when the benefits. Like the Wire on Hellraiser. Oh, I don't know that reference. Never liked Hellraiser. I never watched it. That's not a horror movie though. I never watched it ever. I don't know that reference. But yes, I just don't know the benefit. Especially the benefit for it to be this vagabond. It's just one of those things. Once I understood what my own mother went through raising us, I was like, oh no, I don't want to be doing that. I'm glad we made it through, but it was rough. Mm-hmm. You know how much more difficult, dangerous, and unfair a woman's walk through life is. You want to reduce yourself to just a wound too? The fuck? I'm cis and realize this lame transphobic argument is harmful to all women. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for being a cis woman with some sense. Thank you. We are not going to be saved if we are not saving ourselves. If we are not saving ourselves with each other. Because the same attack on our body sovereignty that is happening in the reproductive justice realm, that is happening in the trans existence and healthcare realm, that's happening in the mass incarceration realm, that's forcing them to be in cages and work for pennies, exploiting their labor. The same dehumanizing thing is affecting. All of us. And the girl, cis trans. And you are letting your ability to produce more labor for these white people. Like that is the tenet of Project 2025 for you hoes to make more babies so they can exploit. That's a capitalistic pillar. And you want that to be your badge of honor, that you can make more babies for these motherfuckers who exploit and grind down to capitalism. You think I'm gonna think you sickening because of that, bitch? The fuck? You are crazy. And the act is beautiful. I'm not shitting on the act. That's how we all here. Yes. I'm shitting on the idea that is your only value. That's what I'm shitting on. I'm shitting on the idea that is the only value, when that is the most exploited value. The most exploited act. Or you can make more bodies for their military. Crazy. That's crazy. It's literally babies starving in Sudan. Literally babies starving in Palestine. You really think they give a fuck about you making babies? They don't even want to feed them. They don't even want to feed them. Christian motherfuckers. The Christian side don't even want to feed the babies. One of the principles of Christianity. They don't even want to house and feed them. The most Christ-like thing to do. And you want me to think that I'm less of a woman because you can have a baby, because you can add to the exploited many? Girl. Okay. Okay, Miss Thing. Miss Productive Puss. Word. Miss Assembly Line Puss. Oh my God. You can have a baby. Girl, okay. What is it? Still figuring that out, because I'm not seeing it. It didn't get you no ring. It didn't get you no love. Not saying that I value marriage, but I'm just talking about the patriarchal, amazing stuff that you're supposed to do. It didn't keep the man. It didn't get you no ring. It don't stop these niggas from putting their hands on you. It don't stop them from abandoning you and not taking care of their responsibilities. What old girl say from Lean On Me? Mr. Clock don't look. Mr. Clock don't like you because you don't take care of your responsibilities. That was in the 80s. Talking about the same shit. Niggas will abandon you and be out here on the front line. On the front line, protecting old patriarchs. Why you got a whole baby over here next to you that you're not taking care of, that you want to advance? That was a movie in the 80s. Same shit happening right now. Dr. Umar on here preaching to the Negroes with penis. Negroes with penis choir. And not taking care of his kids. They got this nigga on a pedestal. He done played them out of money for a school. He got kids out here that he's done abandoned and not taking care of on TikTok. Telling their story. And this is one of their prophets. One of their griots and prophets and their intellectuals. But that baby didn't save their baby mamas. That baby didn't change them. And he homophobic. Crazy. It's crazy. I just don't understand it. Lord, is there ever a Dr. Umar fraud documentary? I will be seated. Feed it! Feed it! Popcorn ready. Why you calling his daughter a struggling? Of all, imagine reading your child. Baby never kept the nigga never. Never, ever, ever. All right. Okay. Just for some breaking news, Texas politicians, this is coming from the ACLU, Texas politicians just passed a bill that defines sex based on the ability to reproduce. This is what just hilarious. Love, she's down for this. Based on the ability to reproduce and requires state agency to identify texting as male and female on government records. HB 22.9 is a cruel attempt to erase trans people, non-binary, intersex texting from public life. And so this is the first step in criminalizing us, baby. And I'm a Texan, so I'll be on the front line. This is when they pass bills like this, that means that now my ID is a fraud. I can go to jail for a fraud because my documentation isn't real, isn't true. So now my existence can be criminalized, and we're going back to the 60s, where they can lock us up for just being existing. 70 years of work. And so, what about the girls who can't be produced? The cisgender girls who can't be produced. If the law says you can't be produced, you're not a woman no more. Now, I'm not saying, I know that playing to the extremes, but I mean, these motherfuckers are going, they're trying it and see. They're going to the extremes. This was an extreme. That's what they do. Sending people to gas chambers was extreme. Lynching people was extreme. This is what they do. Extreme is what they do. Keeping brain dead women alive for non-viable babies is extreme. This is what they do. This is what they do. Extreme is what they do. Am I tripping? Like, is it extreme what they do?
Police about how spiritual you feel.
Am I over exaggerating? If my recollection is correct, and I looked at the history, extreme is what they do.
Indulge yourself in San Andreas' seductive city of sin.
You understand? I'm just not understanding. I'm just not understanding why.
There's someone looking lucky. It's time for bets, please.
Why we are not thinking that it's going to go as far as the election. Trump is out here hardening people like crazy.
There's a blackjack. Dealer wins. Let's get those bets in.
One thing that I went to.
Unlucky.
This is relevant, but I haven't thought this through. But this is what we do. We think stuff through together. I went 2 years ago. I went to the Victory in Washington, D.C. 2 years ago. And the Victory Institute is where Democratic LGBT politicians go to kind of incubate people who are LGBT who want to be politicians. It's like a conference that's specific, invite only, specific to them. And I was in the audience. And I kept on hearing people talk about reaching across the aisle. And it was frustrating to me because there are so many people on our side of the aisle that we could be talking to and reaching inside the aisle that don't go to the polls. Like, how can we inspire people if we inspired the people inside of our aisle, not even reaching across, fuck reaching across. It's burning over there. Don't reach across, your hand gonna get burned. The people on our side, thumbs up if you're listening. The
Oh. Wow. Bitch. Oh, well, I don't want that car anyway. Oh. All right, I'm going to bed because I'm tired. And I got a headache. Oh, girl, my head is killing me. Oh, girl, it's just like... Not that fast, but it's... Really? Oh, bitch. All right, I'm going to bed. Good night. What's almost midnight, bitch? Y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Like Annie said, bitch. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.